the jam-packed Carmichael Auditorium on the campus of North Carolina University in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. The University of North Carolina, a record of 10-0, ranked #1 in both AP and UPI, going against the Cavaliers of Virginia. And they are 12-0, coming off Wednesday night's 87-54 win over Notre Dame and Landover, shooting 64% in the process. North Carolina coming off a 66-50 victory over Maryland, winning their opening ACC game. And it's controlled by the University of Virginia. This is Jeff Jones, and his shooting could be a key here today.
I think you'll see Carolina fall back around Sampson, obviously, and to test Jeff Jones from the outside. In the semifinal game in Philadelphia last year, he went 5 for 13.
Othell Wilson stepped on the baseline, and North Carolina will take over.
Virginia's coming right at them. They're putting pressure up court, which is surprising. It looked like they're trying to create play. It's a 3-1-1 full court zone press with Ralph Sampson playing a one-man zone in the back.
This is the freshman Mike Jordan for the playmaker Jimmy Black. Up front with James Worthy, Matt Doherty, and Sam Perkins. Now Doherty for Worthy. Back for Doherty. And the Tar Heels will regroup.
Both teams a little bit nervous off the top.
Jordan will go to the foul line.
Michael Jordan is a great ball player. He has a great advantage playing at North Carolina is that in high school he had 2 or 3 guys covering him all the time. Now with one man on one man, he pretty much can take you to school. So Virginia has no matchup for Michael Jordan. Just like last year, they had no matchup for Al Wood when he scored 39 points in the semifinals in the city of brotherly love.
And Tim Mullen committed the foul on Jordan, who is a 71% free throw shooter. Now the all-time series between these two schools very much in favor of North Carolina, 78-31, a series that dates back to 1911. Here at Chapel Hill, North Carolina has won 36 of 40, but Virginia has won the last 2 of 3. They won the 2 regular season meetings last year, but lost in the NCAA. Oh, hands by Perkins. This is Jimmy Black.
Foul at half court there. The camera didn't catch it. Othell Wilson stepped in for a charging foul at half court.
So the basket does not count, and it turns out to be a good foul picked up by Othell Wilson.
Terry Holland looks a little bit tired. He's a very superstitious type coach. He didn't work out here yesterday because 2 years ago when he worked out, they lost in the double overtime. Last year he didn't work out and they won.
James Worthy. Perkins. Perkins over Sampson.
Well, Sampson's on the way down and Perkins is on the way up. Now we got to watch Sampson get in a low position. He has to hold his low position. That will determine the game.
This is Mullen. Rebounded by Doherty of North Carolina, so the Tar Heels with a 4-0 lead. Jimmy Black. Kept alive by Black. And picked up by Mullen. Here's Jeff Jones starting it up.
They're going to lay off Jeff eventually. See Black? No, Black's coming out, trying to push him to the right. Ralph has to get down low in those blocks in there.
And right now he's up high. This is Sampson.
A little bit too far out, Ralph.
Worthy off the boards and North Carolina running.
He took a walk, got away with it.
And rebounded by Craig Robinson.
Boy, Virginia wants to play. They're coming right at him. I thought they'd try to take the crowd out of the game by slowing it down a little, but they're not.
Sampson from deep.
Hey, Ralph, will you get within 3 feet of the basket and stop thinking you're a 6'1" guard? He's out there, 7'4", shooting from the top of the key.
So the Cavaliers on the board for the first time and trailing by the score of 4-2. Now, you disagree with the philosophy of Terry Holland. You felt he should have worked out here in North Carolina.
I feel, but Terry's an excellent coach, and all coaches are superstitious. I think you should get comfortable with the court, come the day before and kind of just warm up, shoot at the baskets. mismatch here is, well, no mismatch right now. I thought Robinson is the key to the game for Virginia.
Robinson on Worthy.
That's the key to the game. Robinson has to be able to neutralize Worthy or Sampson. And the mismatch here is in the forward positions with Tar Heels are just tremendous. The Tar Heels probably have the best baseline in basketball.
Craig Robinson has had a surprising year thus far. The steal by Doherty. And Perkins slowing it down against Wilson.
Took a walk. You'll watch here where Sampson comes down off a jump. He doesn't get the ball. Now Perkins gets on his way up. So the reason for this is Sampson's out of sync in the bouncing back and forth for the second rebound.
6-2, North Carolina with the lead.
There he
and
goes.
Again, Sampson.
Oh.
Now, it looks impressive to see a 7'4" guy hitting from outside, but that is not the game plan. In the long run, it will not work. The steal by Wilson. North Carolina getting back. Othell Wilson.
Nice play by Matt Doherty. Excellent.
He stopped Robinson. Perkins. And the foul.
Perkins gave Ralph Sampson a head and shoulder fake that time. Ralph put his hand in. On the other end of the court is where Craig should have got the basket there. Matt Doherty came in over and got all ball. Excellent call by the officials. Now we go down court here. Jordan loses control here. All right, now here's the head and shoulder fake by, we'll catch it next time, by Perkins.
And Sam Perkins, who hit 7 for 7 against Maryland on Wednesday night. Overall, 72% free throw shooter. The officials this afternoon, all from the ACC, of course, Dan Woolridge, the referee, the umpires, Jim Knight, and Bob Taylor. North Carolina leading by the score of 7-4. Perkins comes off an outstanding game against Maryland. 23 points. He was the high man.
Teams are very close, and really Dean Smith has been too successful. You know, you want your friends to be successful, but not that successful.
And they'll jump it up, Perkins and Sampson. I should make a correction. Where are the arrows pointing? Alternate possession.
Yeah, Carolina gets the ball this time. Here comes Ralph into rebound. He has still need a little bit more weight.
He goes.
Tried to keep the ball alive. He brought it down. Sam tied him up.
He goes 7-4, 220. Ralph Sampson.
They're still staying man-to-man, but Ralph Sampson is settling back inside the paint. See him back there? That's truly a one-man zone. He won't come all the way out on Sam. Now here's Perkins. He'll take it.
And Sampson with the rebound.
Got ourselves a good game going so far.
Miller couldn't find the shot.
Craig Robinson here needs to get some baskets in tight on Worthy. I think Worthy might be an overmatch in there on him. Ralph wants to float around the outside.
And last touch by Jordan. You ever coach against anyone you really did not like?
Well, there was some sets of officials I never won the game. Those are the teams I never beat. No, I think in coaching, you can't have a love affair and you can't have a vendetta. You got to say the coach down the other end of the court on his bench that we're both bricklayers, and all I want to do is build a better building. I didn't want to scare the job. So you stay out of the emotional end of coaching. I remember once I thought I lost to my old coach, Frank McGuire, when he was coaching in South Carolina. I thought that I was worried about him on some incident, and it lost my train of thought.
Al, apparently they're having a difficulty with the lighting structure.
It's going on and off underneath the Virginia basket. And when you take a shot, it's like, what's the name you call those lights?
Strobe lights.
Strobe lights. Yeah, these strobe lights, they're usually put on to take pictures for some of the leading magazines in the country and so on. They affect TV because they kind of disturb the picture. See how it's being disturbed? There's Dean standing up. And so they probably knocked those strobe lights out. And some national magazine will sue North Carolina.
Although, I would think many people say, it's the television lights. Television's doing it.
No, anything goes wrong in television, we blame the telephone company.
That's right. Good point. I like that. But apparently they straightened things out. A traveling violation is called.
Tripped over his own feet.
Ricky Stokes on the travel. Back to the ball game. North Carolina by 2, 14-12. We're halfway through the first half. A confrontation of number 1 and number 2. North Carolina rated tops in the nation in both AP and UPI, and Virginia coming in as second ranked. Perkins, yes. The second field goal has 4, and North Carolina by 4.
Yeah, they're letting them have about that 17-foot shot. Nice pass. Ricky Stokes, give him 1 point to those 2 points. Beautiful pro pass.
8 points for Sampson. 16-14. North Carolina by 2.
Settling back. They want Jimmy Black to shoot from the outside. Obviously, North Carolina is trying to draw Sampson out on the Sam Perkins.
They collapse on Worthy. Doherty looking for the shot. Played tight by Miller.
See how far back Ralph Sampson is?
Worthy again exploding down low. And the foul.
Watch the pass here by Ricky Stokes. Beautiful blind pass. Ralph on the inside. Here we go. And see who gets the inside. Once Sam Perkins got caught on the outside of Ralph Sampson, then you're in trouble. He should get help from the weak side there, but it wasn't there that time.
And James Worthy, a 71% free throw shooter, fouled by Craig Robinson. Way off.
Oh, no concentration on that shot. He's thinking about something else.
Virginia in possession, down by 4. This is Miller.
I still think Sampson's setting too high. Now he's going down low. Let's see how far down low he goes. No?
Stokes all the way.
There he is.
Beautiful lead for Sampson.
Stokes is unbelievable with that shake and bake and dishing off.
Jimmy Black setting it up. Mike Jordan, who has been off to this point, watched by Jeff Jones. Now Perkins snaking in.
Very tentative play on that time by Sampson. Just held his position.
Robinson had a notion.
Yeah, they're trying to take Doherty down low. Mullins got him down low there. Good game, excellent game. 2-point lead by Carolina. Jeff very seldom turns the ball over.
And again Sampson from outside. He hit 2 earlier. And the foul picked up by Worthy, his first.
Yeah, watch the play here as Stokes drives in, pulls Sam Perkins off Sampson, see there, and then...
And these two clubs will meet again in Charlottesville in early February. Red hot ticket, though. I'm told tickets have gone for as much as $200 a pop.
Well, Carolina's sitting in the 2-3 zone. They probably let Jeff Jones shoot from the outside. Jeff, you're going to have to take it.
Wilson takes it.
Uh-oh.
Sampson. 6 field goals, 12 points for Ralph Sampson. And we're tied at 18.
I think Ralph Sampson likes national hookups.
Well, he had the big one last year.
Against Ohio State, yeah.
A 40-point effort for Sampson.
Still playing man-to-man.
Worthy. Rebound, Sampson. And the crowd getting a little testing for the home club.
Yeah, they're starting to work the officials, both benches. Dean's up off the bench now.
This is Jeff Jones, who has been reluctant to shoot.
Oh, he can shoot. He has a pretty good shooting average. I think he has a 52% field goal average for last year. He only takes 4 shots a game. Now this year he's up to about 6 shots a game. But I still think he has to pump it up more. You got Doherty on. It's a mismatch in height. If Virginia has an edge in that backcourt, they're quicker than North Carolina with Othell Wilson out there. There you are.
Here's Jones.
Ah, you should have put it up, son. All right, here comes Jimmy Black from Cardinal Hayes in the Bronx.
This is Worthy taking all the way.
On the rim. No basket. That ball was on the rim. Dynamite call.
Dr. Charles Herbst, please come to the ticket office.
Here he comes. Worthy puts the ball up and starts running around the rim. Now watch Sam touch the ball while it's touching the rim. That is a no-no. An international ball, you're allowed to do it. Here's the ball, play before that, where Sampson scores. That's where he belongs, within 3 feet of the basket. That's where the game's decided.
Virginia with a chance to take the lead, and a beautiful move by Wilson, laying it high off the glass. So Virginia by 2 for the first time.
Sampson still laying off Perkins. Mismatch here.
And it's called on Virginia. It is Kenton Edelin picking it up. 6th team foul against the Cavaliers.
Next one, they're in the 1-1. Carolina has fouls to give. They only committed 3, I think, so far.
What a matchup tomorrow afternoon. Dick Enberg, Merlin Olsen will be on hand at Riverfront in Cincinnati. Number 1 and number 2 in the AFC going at each other.
Catching that back rim, you get no breaks in the back rim. If you catch the front rim, you get a break a lot of times. Carolina in a man-to-man now.
Sampson on the turn, and he was hacked.
Bad foul by Perkins that time. He was too far out. He likes to spin to his left. He's going to have to learn to go to his right more. That will take maturity.
And now we have North Carolina for 4 team fouls. Obviously, Virginia was over the foul limit, leading to that 1-1. Here's Ralph Sampson, who has come along from the free throw line. Got off to a rocky start. He's 69% on the season. Virginia is a very poor foul shooting team.
Well, Sampson's shooting better this year than he did last year, so far this year. His freshman year, I think he shot somewhere around 70%, and last year in the low 60s. This year, he's edging up to 70% again now.
And that injured finger is said to be all right. Does have a slight groin pull, but Sampson with a powerful first half, and has given Virginia a 4-point lead.
Well, I think Dean Smith wants to be Delilah, cut Sampson's hair. I know that's been said many times. But I don't know. You've got to find a good barber to cut his hair.
5.5 remaining.
Plus the pressure again up court. Now, gang, you can't see from the shot, but Sampson's back underneath in the one-man zone. So they can put as much pressure up court as they want to.
This is Worthy. Out for Perkins.
See how far Ralph is dropping off, Sam.
Now Jordan.
Tough defense.
Worthy, played by Miller. Doherty looking for the shot. 22-20. North Carolina down by 2.
Alley-oop try.
Sampson had it broken up, and Miller is fouled. The foul picked up by Jimmy Black.
There was a beautiful block in there by Perkins, and then Jimmy Black fouled the man off the play.
Dean Smith in his 21st season as head coach at North Carolina. He has beaten Virginia 18 of 20 here in Chapel Hill.
He's worked, excuse me, Marv, he's working the officials as much as he can, and he's very gentleman in the way he does it as a head coach. I was more like a Neanderthal man. I would be yelling and screaming. But every coach works an official a certain amount. You're trying to plant seeds, obviously, for later calls.
Al, I always thought you were very low-key.
Well, the only thing that annoyed my wife, Pat, when I was coaching, she didn't like me spitting. She used to say after the game, "Stop spitting." I'd say, "What do you know, Pat?" You know, she's sitting up there in the good seats. I'm down in the court where there's no excuse. That's what's great about coaching. There's no excuse. An hour and a half from now, you know who won, you know who lost.
Marv Albert, Al McGuire from Carmichael Auditorium at the University of North Carolina. And Virginia leading North Carolina by the score of 24-20.
They really now have 3 guards in there on Virginia. And they go to a zone, a 2-3 zone, which they have to do with 3 guards.
And Tim Mullen has come back on for the Cavaliers.
Well, Tim is the other guard. He's kind of a swingman. He could be a big guard. He's 6'6" or a small forward.
This is Jordan, played by Miller.
In the 2-3 zone, they're going to give Black the shot from the top. Take it, Jimmy. There you go. That's it.
Jimmy Black getting his second field goal. And Virginia leading at 24-22. Othell Wilson, Jeff Jones in the backcourt. Sampson not looking for that pass from Wilson.
Sampson's problem that time. He caught James Worthy on his outside hip. It's a good pass by Orthel, but Sampson didn't hold his position long enough. We got ourselves a game.
Jimmy Black running the ball club on the floor with Mike Jordan. Perkins, Worthy, Doherty up front for North Carolina.
They alternate back to man, again with Sampson floating.
And the Tar Heels hold on. Here is Black with room.
Woo! Did the man go up that time?
This is Miller, met by Perkins. Sampson. Miller.
Oh, excellent hustle by Miller. Excellent.
And that is number 3 on that man, Sam Perkins.
They have to get him out. They'll save him for the second half. Here they go. They're just banging in there. It's physical. He's like a big albatross in here, Sampson. His arms are spreading all over the place. But the other side, Miller here gives a lot of fakes. He's a physical ball player. As the years go by, he'll be a keeper.
Jim Miller, who is also an accomplished magician, puts on shows during the summer months.
Yeah, he dresses up like Ronald McDonald and goes around and puts on these magic shows.
And just put on a show underneath the backboard.
Well, he's trying to make Perkins disappear. He's such a magician.
So Miller now 6 for 6 from the foul line. And the University of Virginia leading North Carolina by the score of 26-22. And the coaches will include Virginia's Terry Holland. Also at halftime, we'll get a report from Riverfront Stadium in Cincinnati. We'll be hearing from Brian Gumbel on hand for tomorrow's AFC title game.
It's a 1-2-1-1 zone. 1-2-1-1. Nice pass off by Michael Jordan that time.
And Chris Brust has come on for North Carolina. That's Brust battling, but Sampson with the position.
Sampson just goes up so high when he leaves his feet.
Jones.
Yep, Jeff needed that. I think that's his first basket.
It is Jeff Jones giving Virginia a 28-22 lead. It's their biggest lead.
So Jeff Jones is off the snide. Again, it's a diamond. 4 guys playing a diamond with Ralph Sampson just staying underneath.
Doherty. His second field goal has 4.
Man could be hurt. Othell Wilson could be hurt on the side there. It looked to me like he might have turned his ankle a little bit. I'm not sure. Let's hope it.
Othell Wilson shaken up. A timeout is upcoming, though. We'll be right back. All right, Al, Othell Wilson was just helped over to the Virginia bench. Let's take a look at what happened.
Now, it's not his ankle, it's his knee. There it is, gave in right there. It looked like he hit a slippery spot in the court, see? Come over there, and I hope it's not serious. They got him at the end of the bench. He's a must to play in this game for Virginia to win, in my opinion.
And Ricky Stokes has come on, replacing Othell Wilson. Sampson, a beautiful pass for Robinson.
Beautiful. Take a bouquet for that one, Ralph.
And Virginia by 6, looking mighty impressive in this first half. 30-24 with 2:05 remaining.
Carolina's on the Carolina's tough. They're not number 1 out of a fluke.
This is Worthy. And Jordan, who has not been able to hit. Doherty wide open. And rebounded by Mullen.
Craig kept that ball alive, Craig Robinson. I seen Matt Doherty slip down that end too. I wonder if that court's kind of sweating down there. There's quite a crowd in here. Ralph playing high, looking for his tight jumper up 20 feet.
Bad shot. And Sampson has been very unselfish through the year. He's only averaged 10 shots a game, but he's taken 4 from deep. He's hit 2. Oh,
big shot by Braddock. You know, in the overtime win against Penn State, Braddock hit a big shot in the overtime win that allowed North Carolina to win that particular game.
Virginia by 4, 30-26. Stokes. And rebounded by Jordan of North Carolina. A minute left in this first half. Jordan on the acceleration was bumped.
Now,
that is number 3 on Tim Mullen.
Both teams in a 1-1 was not a smart play. It's a freshman play. I think both teams are in a 1-1. Am I wrong?
No, that's correct.
He goes, Jordan, it's a bump. It's an intentional bump. And I don't think the freshman knew that they're in the 1-and-1. Jordan's an excellent foul shooter. Native North Carolinian.
Good.
Nice. Didn't think I could say that. I don't know how it came out.
As you approached the first syllable, I was wondering.
He got himself a crier. That's a ball that plays around up there. He finally drops in. That's what you call the home court.
Mike Jordan has come on even quicker than Dean Smith anticipated, although has not been able to hit the outside shot in the first half. North Carolina now trailing by 2, 30-28. And a substitution. Jordan will sit down. Buzz Peterson has come on for this final minute.
I would think that Virginia would try to hold the ball for this final minute, get in with a 2-point lead. Now, it's a long time, so let's see. Maybe too long.
Try to trap Jones, and he's in trouble.
All right. Nice play by Jeff Jones that time. He knew that with 3 officials, they could see that the ball was touched by Braddock. He allowed the ball to go out of bounds. We're now down to 45 seconds.
And Robinson will throw in.
They're trying to get the ball into one of the guards' hands. Back into the senior. He should have it.
Again, Jones trapped, but gets it down. Robinson. Goes
the freshman again.
Rejected by Worthy.
The greatest thing about college ball is freshmen. Here he goes. He gets the ball, and no hesitation. Down to 33 now, gang.
And Jones regrouping.
They're sitting in a box 1, man-to-man on Sampson. Look out there. You see Sam Worthy playing in front of James Worthy, playing in front of Sampson. The other 4 guys are playing a box. That's 2 and 2. They are 4 guys playing the zone, and man-to-man on the big guy, Ralph Dick Sampson. See Worthy playing with him? Now what Virginia should do is put a guy in the foul line and have a free shot. Don't try to get the ball into Sampson.
Well, here's Jeff Jones.
Right. Excellent coach.
Time running down. Doherty firing. And that is the end of the first half. Virginia 12 for 30 from the floor for that 40%. North Carolina 11 for 27. Ralph Sampson 14 points, 11 rebounds, 6 for 12 shooting. While Sam Perkins playing with the 3 personal fouls. Mullen opening things up, and Virginia leading it by 6, 34-28. It's been close throughout. The biggest lead by Virginia has been a margin of 6. Worthy on the finger roll, and the rebound to Sampson.
Sampson got them all psyched out a little bit. They're not really going up there with authority. They're trying to find out where is Sampson as they go up for their shot.
Setting Virginia, Jeff Jones with the ball in the backcourt with Othell Wilson. Up front, Sampson, Robinson, and Mullen. Robinson way off.
Way off. He recocked on the shot. He tried to get his balance by spreading his legs. Didn't give him much balance because that was an air ball.
Cavaliers of Virginia come in at 12-0. They have won 13 straight. That's the longest win streak in the nation. That goes back to their victory in the consolation game in the Final Four.
Marv, I think we're going back to that box 1 right now, just about. Watch Sam Worthy staying right with James Worthy, staying right with Sampson. The other 4 guys are playing the 2-2 zone. See him, the 2-2 zone. Up front is Jordan and Black on the other side. Those 4 guys are playing the ball and playing area. And on Sampson, James is there. James just boxed him out there.
This is Jordan, but Virginia got back very well.
Key time of the game. The first 4 minutes of the second half is a very important time of the game.
Perkins stopped at the baseline, gets it back out. This is Black in the backcourt with Jordan, Doherty, Perkins, and Worthy up front. Sellout crowd, as is always the case here at Carmichael and Chapel Hill. Better than 10,000 on hand. It's the hottest ticket in this area in weeks. Here's Jordan off the turn, out for Doherty.
They got to shoot from the outside. They're kind of sloughing off inside there.
Worthy.
See, Worthy's thinking of Sampson. He's put that pink elephant inside Worthy's head. You can see him. He was free when he turned around then. He hesitated a second. Now, let's see if we can catch this now. Now watch Worthy get the ball inside there, and he's worrying about Sampson all the time. See Sampson's guy. Now here's again. They're hesitating. They know that rejector is there, and he rejects sometimes in the stratosphere.
And Craig Robinson committed the foul, so James Worthy, a 71% free throw shooter, has his 9th point. And North Carolina trailing by 5. Also keep in mind, Ralph Sampson has only 1 personal foul. 2 apiece on Robinson and Mullen. For North Carolina, Perkins with 3. Black has 2.
To attack at half court here, jump switch.
And the near steal, Wilson able to recover.
Beautiful hands by Jimmy Black.
Jeff Jones, and he was hacked.
He was hacked. He did a good thing there. He put the ball up after he was hit, so it'd be an automatic 2-shot foul. He was hit from behind, so he tried to slam the ball off the glass.
And Dean Smith not looking happy as Jordan picked up his first. Last season, Virginia won both regular season ACC games against North Carolina. They came from behind in both, coming from way back. However, in the NCAA, North Carolina beat Virginia. Jeff Jones, a 69% free throw shooter, a senior out of Owensboro, Kentucky.
He got married this summer in August, married a young lady called Lisa. So he's the only married guy on the Virginia squad.
5-point Virginia lead, 35-30.
Man to man. Nice back door. Beautiful back door. Caught the freshman with his head turning.
And Mike Jordan with his first bucket to get the crowd going. North Carolina down by 3, 35-32. Sampson, played by Worthy. Yes.
Yes.
16 for Sampson, and a 5-point Virginia lead, 37-32.
Picking down low, they're still laying off Perkins. Gotta put it up, Jimmy.
Oh, reaching by
Yeah,
Sampson.
it was a foul. He reached right around. Here we're going to catch that back door. Jordan hacks it away. He spiked that dunk.
And the second personal picked up by Ralph Sampson.
He reaches around you. He reaches all the way around you.
Alley-oop does not work. Intended for Worthy.
Don't see how an alley-oop can work with Ralph Sampson down low.
Sampson changed his mind.
Unselfish ball player. I just feel that, Carolina's waiting for that breakout. They're very well coached, disciplined ball club. They're caught on the outside again.
And Doherty got caught on Sampson.
No, that was James, excuse me. James, I think, got caught on the outside of Sampson that time.
39-32, 7-point lead for Virginia. It's their biggest lead of the ball game.
Should be interesting right here.
Perkins had no angle, and Sampson
again,
with the rejection.
That pink elephant, I still think that maybe Sampson gave him a hip that time. Great game by Craig Robinson.
Ricky Stokes, who just came on for Othell Wilson. Here's Mullen. And Black comes away with it.
North Carolina needs a basket pad.
Rebound Worthy. And the foul on Robinson.
Hairline call.
And that's number 3 on Craig Robinson.
Here's the last pass to Sampson when James Worthy got caught on the outside. Here we go underneath here with Perkins. Now, see, I thought that Sampson gave him a hip there, which was close. This is a hairline call just now, too. Very tough. The defensive man now is allowed a plane. Wherever he's standing, if his 2 feet are planted and he raises his hand, he's allowed that plane all the way to the ceiling of Carmichael Auditorium here. So the offensive man cannot go into him. I thought that time Worthy might have went into him a little bit.
But Worthy got the call. A timeout is called.
I think that Ralph Sampson is such a homebody that if it's a pro team near where his family lives in Virginia, say something Washington, Baltimore, that he might turn pro. Otherwise, I say he goes through his senior year in college.
And as you saw, coming up next, as Sampson hammers it home. Ralph Sampson,
Wow.
the alley-oop. He now has 20. And this is the first part of a big college basketball doubleheader here on NBC. A host of top-flight regional action to follow North Carolina and Virginia.
Wow, what a shot. They caught Carolina sleeping. Here's the pick high. See where his man's picked up. He goes up. It's not a great pass, but he controls it. He's about a foot and a half above the rim. Here's another angle. Watch him go up, 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 and away. Superman.
Without Kate.
Clark Kent. He's in that phone booth.
8-point lead for Virginia. It is their biggest lead of the game. And North Carolina, the favorite, coming in particularly with a home court advantage with many problems. The rejection by Edelin.
Now they're in a tight 2-3 zone. Carolina's going to have to hit from the outside. Big basket by Michael Jordan. Big basket.
And is only his second field goal. Has a total of 8 points in all. Sampson. Rejected by Perkins. That could provide a lift.
Uh-oh, foul. Wasn't done intentionally. He slipped, and they hit the like.
Ricky Stokes with his third personal.
Here he goes up now. Now there's Sam the man. Sam, you made the pants too long. He just cleared it out of there.
That's the 5th team foul picked up by Virginia.
You know, you kind of feel a little momentum. The crowd's starting to boil here. And if Carolina gets a basket now, Virginia probably should come in with a timeout.
North Carolina trailing by 6. 14-20 left, second half.
Back to man-to-man.
They collapse on Worthy. And offensive foul. James Worthy hit with a second.
See what's happened? Sampson's getting in back of the defensive man. They're not worried. James is not worried about who's guarding him. He's worried about Ralph Sampson, who's there. There's Ralph there. See, Ralph's back about 3 feet, and he's like a big fly swatter. Just clears everything out. So he's waiting. There's Ralph.
And back to the live action. The foul picked up by Jimmy Black, his third. So 3 apiece on Black and Perkins, 2 on Worthy. The Virginia foul situation. 3 on Robinson and Stokes. North Carolina with their 3rd team foul. And another. This time it's Jordan with his 2nd.
As a foolish foul, Coach Dean Smith is saying that he pushed him off, that Jonas pushed him off. Yeah, see that? He's saying he pushed him off now. Hey, will you pay attention to me, ref? He pushed him off.
And Miller inbounding for Edelin.
Carolina never panics. Keep their poise all the time.
This is Miller.
Yep, too much hands. Jimmy, too much hands. You're pressing a little bit too hard. There's a lifetime left in this game. 13 minutes and 57 seconds.
And that is number 4 on Jimmy Black. And he'll be replaced. Jim Braddock, the junior from Chattanooga, Tennessee, has come on. So quickly, North Carolina has collected their 5th team foul to pull even.
Well, Wilson's out too. I think Wilson might be out because of the ankle injury. Nice trap there. Good trap. Ooh.
This is Jeff Jones being played by Mike Jordan.
Backdoor wasn't there. Ralph slides down low. Gets it on the paint.
Over Worthy.
Oh, that should have been goaltending.
Good play by Edelin.
He missed the 2-footer.
And the foul.
Oh! James Worthy's really upset with that call. The crowd's jumping on it now. Now this works a lot in the subconscious of the officials. They're human beings. There's a Carolina fan. Here they're scrambling around. Now Ralph tries to spike it with his left hand and misses it. Now he gets another chippy. And it's an overlay in this chippy. And watch this. I didn't do it.
Well, Worthy had a heated game the other night against Maryland, and upset as he picks up his 3rd. Al, do you realize that's the nicest thing you ever said about an official? You said they're human beings.
Oh, no, they're good. No, it's tough. It's tough to officiate. Matter of fact, I think fan means fanatic, you know, and the fanatical fan can only see his own team his own way. He thinks all the official calls against his team are wrong, and they're not rational fans.
Like coaches.
Sometimes true.
8-point Virginia lead, 13-20.
Ralph is laying further and further off Perkins. Perkins has to pop it up. Gotta shoot it up, Braddock. Gotta let it go.
Here's Braddock with the step. And this time the foul on North Carolina's Othell Wilson, his second.
Surprisingly, Jimmy Black is coming in. Did you say 4 fouls or 3?
Black has 4.
Woo, good. Dean, you know, Dean's not going to leave the game on his bench. They need Black. Black's a very, very important part of Carolina. Probably one of the most underrated backcourt ball players in the country. 2-3 zone.
Jordan, yes. Mike Jordan, who we saw against Kentucky, came on late, firing away from outside. And they need that outside touch. Jordan now with 10 points. North Carolina trailing by 6. This is Edelin. And here is Jones. Edelin working down low.
Yeah, Worthy's going to pick up another foul if he's not careful. They really got Carolina where they want him if they don't have turnovers. Here you are. He has to lay off him a little bit.
Nice dish back from Sampson. Last touch by North Carolina.
Wilson moved in there. It's really, truly the land of the Giants. Sam is down. I don't know if he's hurt or not. I guess he is if he's staying down there that long.
Sam Perkins shaken up with 12:26 remaining in the second half. Virginia taking the lead midway through the first half, and they have led since then. They've led by as many as 8. North Carolina led by as many as 4. And right now, a 6-point margin.
This young fella here was the Rookie of the Year last year in the ACC. Only played 2 years in high school. He lived with his grandmother in Brooklyn, and she was a Jehovah's Witness, and they're kind of mild type people. And so he finally went and he lived with this coach up in what city up in New York City? Latham. And then he started playing. He's an unemotional player. He very seldom ever shows any emotion on the court. Now here's where he gets hurt in here. Let's see. I still think this end of the court is slippery. No, he just went down. He just went down. I noticed once Matt Doherty down that end. They're going to build a new arena here, they hope, by 1984. They have already raised $22 million. It's going to cost $30 million. And it's going to seat a little bit over 20,000 people.
This arena seats 10,000. It has been in existence since the mid-60s. And every game has been a sellout since 1966.
Well, they only have lost 16 games here, so they average 1 loss a year. All right, man-to-man, like Carolina. Brust is in there now. Muscles around, usually can get a couple of rebounds.
Chris Brust replacing Sam Perkins. Near steal by Worthy. This is Robinson, too much dribble.
Yeah, I think he dribbles too high.
Othell Wilson.
I wonder how long they're going to keep Ralph out. Maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes. They wouldn't mind delaying all the time.
Oh, Othell Wilson.
Othell, I'd like to call that I'd like to call it a Hail Mary shot, but wow, he put it so high that that ball literally did come down wet.
And Virginia by 8, 45-37. Here's Worthy. And he was fouled.
I really think Othell Wilson got caught in the air. Here he comes in and up, and look how high that ball is. It hasn't come down yet. I'd like to get the hang time on that ball.
He looked like he was looking for someone down low and then had no choice, and he got a break.
Here comes Stick. Ralph Stick.
Checks back in for the Cavaliers, replacing
His middle name is Lee. He also has a 17-foot shoe. 17-shoe foot.
17-foot shoe.
Okay. Whatever, it's 17.
Ralph Sampson is back. He has 22 points. Craig Robinson sitting down. And here's Sam Perkins back, getting ahead, replacing Chris Brust. So apparently Sam is on.
Well, Dean Smith's keeping in that starting 5. He's keeping his so-called thoroughbreds in there. James Worthy's an excellent foul shooter. Hope I don't give him a jinx here.
He's 5 for 6 thus far.
I did.
All right.
I shouldn't say that before a guy shoots.
However, Black on the recovery. Doherty. And rebound, Jordan. Virginia, led by Edelin. Leading by 7, 45-38.
See, Ralph Sampson this year can hold his position longer in there. He's gotten stronger. Now they'll go 1-4 high. Ralph will drop down low after he picks. There he goes low.
Kenny Johnson. This is Johnson, who just checked in, a freshman out of Baltimore. And Miller, number 4.
Swing the ball around to the other side, now into Ralph. If you watch Sampson, he'll come this way first. There he goes, good inside position. Now he got it.
Jones not able to hit, and Robinson deflects it out. So North Carolina will take over, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Virginia back to the game is in a 2-3 zone.
Marv Albert, Al McGuire, Chapel Hill, North Carolina. And the North Carolina shooting has been way off here this afternoon, only 40% in the first half, and not able to hit the outside shot.
We are now touching the 10-minute mark.
This is just the start of a big basketball day here on NBC. This is Johnson. And Robinson keeps it alive.
A tough dunk.
Ralph Sampson is eating up the Tar Heels. Virginia now leading 47-38. Sampson has 24. Slate of regional action upcoming as the second part of our doubleheader here on NBC. Not a good shot by Perkins.
He knows the man's in back of him.
This is Johnson. Good play by Jordan. Again, Virginia gets back effectively. Doherty can find the shot. And over to Jordan. Yes. 47-40.
He's sweet. Right in the game. Lifetime left. 9 minutes.
Mike Jordan 0 for 3 from the field in the first half has come on. Here's Robinson.
Good hit. If I was Robinson on that particular shot, I would have dropped it off to Sampson.
Greg Robinson's second field goal has 4. Jordan again. And the foul. It's on Virginia. Looks to be Robinson.
Here you're going to see the cuff dunk. Craig Robinson misses on the front of the rim. Now watch our boy go up there. Up, 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 and away.
And Craig Robinson has just picked up his 4th.
That's not fair to put statistics up against Sampson, whether it's Perkins or anyone else. There is only one Ralph Sampson.
All right. Now getting on the staff.
Oh, yeah, I don't mean
Turning.
that. No, I meant more for Sam Perkins. Sam Perkins is an All-American. In the next couple of years, he will become one.
Get on him out. Here's Matt Doherty. He is an excellent foul shooter. 84% of the season. 5 points for the sophomore out of East Meadow, New York, Matt Doherty. And a 7-point Virginia lead, 49-42. 9.5 left. Right. 8.5 left.
Watch the pressure come around half court. It's a jump trap. Got it, got it. Seen it coming, you could tell.
Beautiful.
Fell asleep.
Perkins and Jordan will go to the foul line.
That was a good foul. An excellent foul that time. You could see the pressure coming. I'm surprised it didn't take more time. Usually when you come up the court and you see pressure's going to be there, you should hesitate. As Louisville's winning a big game there at halftime against Virginia Tech.
Memphis State over Florida State, 42-31 at halftime as we scan the nation for scores. San Francisco by 1 over South Carolina. That Virginia foul picked up by Kenny Johnson. Ricky Stokes is back in the lineup. DePaul leading Dayton at halftime by 3.
Yeah, my coach there, Ray's on his 1,000th game. 1,000. Wow.
Important foul shots missed by Jordan. but North Carolina able to recapture, down by 7.
Hit back in the zone. You got to put it up, Jimmy. Not let it fly.
Doherty, way off.
Nice boards, nice boards. In your face, he went right into Sampson's face. What a freshman that Jordan is.
14 from Jordan, and a 5-point Virginia lead. Just under 8 remaining.
And the crowd, the 6th man at Chapel Hill, trying to get into the ball game. And this might stop them. That quiets them. All of a sudden, we're back in the confessional box.
Well, Worthy did not want to pick up number 4. 26 for Sampson. 7-point Virginia lead. Lots of time left. 7.5 remaining.
Laying off.
Wide open for Perkins. And let's see what the call is here. If it's Black, it's number 5. It is. Jimmy Black is fouled out.
That's curtains. All right, here's Sampson. Now watch Worthy overplays him. Once you overplay him on that side, the other side's open. Shots off the rim here. And this with Jimmy comes over the back of the man in front of him for the 5th foul. Not a good foul. It's a shame that hurts Carolina tremendously because he's the glue, he's the heart, he governs the tempo of the game, the rhythm of the game. But on Carolina's bench is always great ball players. And Brad come in here, and they won't miss too much of a beat, but what they will lose is quickness.
Jimmy Black, the senior out of Cardinal Hayes High School in the Bronx, New York, fouling out with 4 points. 1-1, both clubs now over the foul limit. Ricky Stokes, a 71% free throw shooter.
It's a physical game. 7.5 minutes left, and they're both in 1-1. That's surprising.
And an 8-point lead for the Cavaliers of Virginia.
A lot of whistle blowing in this type of game. The refs are afraid to lose control of it, so they kind of blow a fast whistle.
And the officials today, Dan Woolridge, Jim Knight, and Bob Tanner, all, of course, from the Atlantic Coast Conference. This is Braddock for Perkins.
Get it down to James Lowe. There you go.
And the steal by Stokes.
It's like a water bug there.
Ricky Stokes had a big game against North Carolina here last season. Came up with 2 important steals, helping Virginia make it back from a 16-point deficit.
Carolina is now trying to trap on the wings if they possibly can. Watch the trap come now. Trap will come over there. Jimmy didn't move up. I thought, it's not, there's the trap. Jordan moved up on it.
And Doherty off the steal. Stokes is back.
Big turnover. He touched it. Number 11 touched that ball that time.
Beautiful play by Doherty to get a piece of it to cause the turnover. And Terry Holland wants to talk things over. A timeout called by Virginia. 6.5 left in the game. North Carolina in possession and trailing by 6. Virginia has led most of the way midway through the first half hour.
Got to get the ball to James Worthy. That's where the mismatch is.
This is Jordan.
Nice, Jordan.
Perkins. Yes, it's down to 4.
Big shot by Sam Perkins. Little pressure up court. They're going to jump trap right there. Here it comes. Into the big man.
Sampson.
That's all she wrote. Once you get it into him, but boy, he still shoots from way outside there.
28 points for Ralph Sampson. Virginia leading 54-48.
There's it to Worthy now. He should score.
Foul from behind. Jeff Jones coming over and collects his second.
See, the mismatch out there is the man that's covering James Worthy. Who has him now? Miller has him right now, I think.
James Worthy on the line. 1-1.
And it's 1-1 at both ends. James Worthy, 5 for 7 from the line, 71% free throw shooter. He had a sensational game against Kentucky a week and a half ago. 26 points, our most valuable player.
You know, Marv, I really think all his games are relatively sensational. He's just an outstanding ball player. And again, doesn't show much excitement in his play, but he always gets the job done.
5-point Virginia lead. This is Wilson. jumping. Bad shot by Othell Wilson, who is an excellent shooter. He's close to 60%.
You know, that was just bad shot selection.
Braddock. Yes.
Big. That was the key. That should cause the timeout.
It is down to a 3-point Virginia lead. 5 minutes remaining. Second half. Sampson back for Jones. And last touch by North Carolina.
It was touched by James Worthy. He came over the fella's back. And I'm just not sure who the fella's on the floor. Stokes? You watch now James hustle to the corner, towards the camera here. Little Stokes underneath, and there he comes right over his back. Hey, great shot, Mr. HC. Great. I hope this guy's not hurt. 5 timeouts. Watch the pro, the maestro, Dean Smith, work this clock. He'll make these last 4.5 minutes seem like an hour. He's a pro at it.
This is Wilson. Virginia in possession. Mullen on the floor along with Jones, Miller, and Sampson. Last touched by Virginia.
Very important thing right now for the fans out there. The next jump ball goes to the Tar Heels. Important, very important.
Now referring to the alternate possession rule, a new rule in college basketball this season, because the last possession went the other way to Virginia.
Virginia has 3 guards, and that means they might try to kill the clock a little bit. They got their quick team in there.
North Carolina shooting only 26% from the floor in the second half, yet moving back in it, down by 3. And the foul on the Cavaliers, Jeff Jones. So 1-1 upcoming.
Put his hand in. I'd like to see some statistics of every team shooting against Virginia when Ralph Sampson is playing. I just think automatically Ralph Sampson on the court takes away probably 25% of your shooting average, just being out there.
Well, we've certainly seen Worthy and Perkins change their motion as they move in close. A 2-point Virginia lead.
We're getting down to prime time. Now it's time for the world-class players to show.
Worthy 7 for 9 from the line. It is a 1-point Virginia lead. They were down by as many as 9, but the Tar Heels have come back. Wilson snaking it through, and this is Jones.
Good play by Wilson. He kept his dribble alive. In these type of situations, you must keep your dribble alive. See how Jeff is keeping his dribble alive? Once you kill your dribble, it's like cutting off one arm.
Sampson.
Didn't go in.
Sampson will go to the line. If it's Perkins, it's number 4. It is.
There goes right into Sampson. He bends around, kind of snakes in, tucks his feet up underneath him. At 7'4", that's a difficult thing to do.
Well, with 17 feet shoes.
17 shoe feet. Okay, Ralph, let's see if you can do it here.
He is 4 for 4 from the foul line.
Nope, too much back rim. The ball did not have enough trajectory. It was shot low.
Ralph Sampson has had a magnificent day. 26 points in all, but misses 2 critical foul shots.
Watch the ball to go to James Worthy or Jordan.
This is Gordon looking for Worthy. He has Miller on him. Worthy. Yes.
No. Figure, that's the mismatch out there. They got to go to James. He's only a junior, but he plays like a senior.
It is North Carolina by 1. And a timeout called by Virginia.
There's the pass inside. Once James got it and knows that Sam's not close to him, he has confidence, turns around, and bottoms it out. Here's the key in these last couple of seconds.
Marv Albert, Al McGuire back in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. Both clubs have 4 timeouts remaining. Both clubs are in the 1-1. And the next alternate possession situation, it will be North Carolina's basketball.
Very important. I think you'll watch North Carolina should drop back into a 2-3 zone here. and swarm around Sampson. No, they're going to the box one. No, they're in the zone with Worthy favoring Sampson. It's a box one. Worthy's on Sampson. He's going to have to shoot from the outside. Look for Wilson to pump it up from the outside.
3:15 left in the game, and North Carolina now with a 1-point lead. Virginia in possession. This is Wilson. Out for
they get
Jones.
too much indecision.
Sampson delivers back for Wilson. A great play.
You know, Walton used to do that for UCLA. Sampson's so unselfish. He's a team player. He knows there's no I in team.
I like that. 56-55, Virginia by 1.
Back into Jordan, back into Worthy when they get a chance.
Jim Radical hit a big field goal a moment ago. Back for Perkins. Guarded by Sampson, brings it out.
Mismatch is on Worthy.
And Jordan was bumped. Wilson picks up his third and a 1-and-1 from
Wilson
Jordan.
puts a little bit too much body. Here's before Sampson goes up, draws everybody on him, and obviously Wilson gets the inside position from the back door. Big foul shots here. Here's a freshman. He's probably 18 years of age. One of the most sought-after ball players in the country last year. Ooh, soft as church music.
So we're tied at 56. Mike Jordan, 5 for 7 from the line. He's a 72% foul shooter.
Stays on the odd number. Usually when the score's on the odd numbers, you don't have OTs, overtimes.
Othell Wilson, guarded by Mike Jordan.
Well, they con back to a man-to-man now. 1-point lead.
Stokes and Wilson handling the ball. Jones moving up front now with Sampson and Miller. Sampson, a twister.
You shouldn't be allowed to do that. What he just did. I don't know how he covered that much distance without walking.
30 points for Sampson. Virginia by 1. 58-57.
These are two great ball clubs. Great ball.
Perkins.
Perkins tried to reach in to create the foul, and he did get it. He reached in, he put his arm around Sampson. Now here's Sampson down the other end on his score. Now watch, he covers so much distance, and he ends up dunking the ball. Now here's the foul down there. Watch Perkins here, put his left arm inside it, which created the foul. The referee called it from the baseline, which he might have been a little blocked on his call.
Sampson picks up his third. Perkins 2 for 2 from the foul line. And we're tied at 58, a minute and 48 left in regulation. Sam Perkins, a 73% free throw shooter. North Carolina by 1, 59-58.
And loads of timeouts left. Both teams have 4 timeouts left. It's a chess game now. One mistake by the coaching staff can cost the game right now. Carolina's setting back into their box one again. It's a box one. Look at the 4 guys out there and man-to-man on the big guy. James Worthy's playing a man-to-man. Should create an outside shot. They have to show a little more confidence, the backcourt guys. Virginia has 3 guards in there.
A hold for 1 here, Al?
No way. You're down by 1. No, you got to go uptown. No, he can't hold for 1.
Othell Wilson. Jeff Jones.
See, the other way you get X amount of positions. If you miss the shot, when Carolina comes down, you can foul them, and maybe they miss it, you get another chance. It breaks down a number of times that you can get the ball.
Here's Jones.
Big rebound by Jordan. Big. 49 seconds. They're going to have to foul. And if you're going to foul North Carolina, the guy to foul, Jimmy Clark, is out of there. I foul Michael Jordan. Surprisingly, North Carolina's a great shooting team.
And Jordan has done well at the foul line.
Yeah, but 71% is low for their starting team.
To the foul line. He is a junior out of Chattanooga, Tennessee.
pressure player. Yep. He's a pressure player. He stood up there. He took a deep breath. Followed through. Nice fish hook at the end of his shot. This is the big shot here now. All net.
Jim Braddock taking advantage of the one-on-one. You see the clock running down. North Carolina by 3.
They got to go themselves. They have to go themselves because, because of the box 1. They're trying to kick the ball into Sampson and they can't get it in because they got a zone around him and a man-to-man with Worthy. You've got to take the outside shot. One of the guards must penetrate. Hang in the air. They're putting an outside shooter. Tim's coming in.
Tim Mullen.
Yeah.
Back in, replacing Ricky Stokes.
He's an outside shooter. He'll let it go as soon as he gets it. I wouldn't be surprised if Jeff didn't give the ball right back to him and he let it fly from the corner. Let's see if that happens. Let's see if it happens. Give it right back to him. No, he didn't. Went around the far end.
Sampson. And it will be North Carolina ball. Ralph Sampson not able to hit. 13 seconds remaining.
Here's the foul. There's the foul. Anticipated foul call. There's a ref right in front of it that should have blown it if it was a foul. But didn't want anything off the clock. 1 second off the clock.
A quickie given by Stokes, his 4th.
We will be here for a little while yet. Both these coaches know how to work this clock.
And here's Tim Mullen back replacing Stokes, who picked up his 4th. And again, it's Jim Braddock who hit 2 important free throws just a moment ago.
Just like I said at the top of the show, he made the big basket against Penn State in the overtime. He's not touching anything there. Now he has this confidence. It's pretty hard to miss when you're really boiling out there. Doesn't get much chance to play, but every time he gets a chance, he's a stand-up guy.
And he hit a significant bucket down the stretch and helping bring the Tar Heels back. It is a 5-point North Carolina lead. 10 seconds remaining. Jones, yes.
There's a timeout right away. Well coached. I thought they should have been doing that the last minute and a half. The guards penetrate. They look too much for Ralph Sampson the last minute.
The chess game continuing between Terry Holland and Dean Smith. 6 seconds left now. North Carolina by 3, 63 to 60.
Well, they'll just try to get the ball in bounds and maybe won't even move the ball if a guy catches it. Just trying to kill the clock or get a intentional 2-shot foul.
Worthy inbounding for Perkins, throwing the ball. Yes, and it counts. The foul committed by Miller. 3-point potential play for Sam Perkins.
The fans must remember the clock does not start till he catches the ball. Now he holds on to the guy so he doesn't fall down and maybe hurt himself, Mr. Perkins. So they only lost a second on the clock. There's 4 seconds left, but that's all she wrote. The game's over for all practical purposes. Sam did not have one of his better games, but I would take him on my team any day of the week.
12 points in all for Perkins. High men for North Carolina. Worthy with 18 and Jordan with 16.
You know, I think this new arena they're building at North Carolina, they should name it after Dean Smith.
Good idea. Here's Sampson to end the ball game. So North Carolina will maintain their #1 status as they have defeated Virginia by the score of 65 to 60.